Yep. Howard Hanna. Yep, he's just going to give us a big point when we're on air.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
All right, we're back live at the Carrier Dome for the Howard Hanna halftime show. Right now, it's the Carmel Rams leading the Bennett Tigers 14-0. I'm Francis Beck, joined by Joe Daniel, Tim Chifa, and we have the Rams up 14-0 on the Bennett Tigers. And the Rams, giving the Tigers a hard time. Tigers haven't had too much success moving the ball. They had that one drive get inside the 20, but stalled out. And guys, let's start with this. What are the Rams doing that's giving Bennett such a hard time?
Well, I think first and foremost, I think we can all agree that this is easily the best defense that Bennett has faced all season. And there's a reason that they've only let the max 14 points in any game, and they have 4 shutouts. They are a spectacular defensive team. They are a great tackling team. And what's kind of foreign to Bennett right now is they are controlling the line of scrimmage. And Bennett is definitely not used to that. So obviously, it's not like they're moving the ball all over Bennett. So Bennett's playing really good defense. Also the one fumble that happened early in the first quarter on the 5-yard line, and then obviously Carmel went and scored. But Bennett's going to have to come out of their shell a little bit. All right, and I think they're going to have to rely on Antonio Davis a little more to throw the ball, which they haven't had to do this season. I know he could do it, and he showed a little bit right at the end of the half. But not be able to control the line of scrimmage, they have to try to open it up a little bit.
Yeah, it was not a good start with the fumble, right? Give up a 7-0 lead on a 5-yard touchdown run. Then you commit another turnover interception. When they've forced Carmel to go from goal line to goal line, they've done a good job. It's 2 touchdowns off turnovers, which you just can't do against a team that's high-powered on offense. And then on defense, they've had, Bennett's had 5 offensive drives. 1 drive has really moved the ball the whole game. This is a fast defense, and 3rd and long, when Bennett gets in a 3rd and long, they're blitzing, and they're having a lot of success blitzing, causing Bennett a lot of trouble in the passing game on 3rd and long.
And Francis, they're still putting the ball on the ground a little bit too much. We talked about it during our last show that Bennett put the ball on the ground 4 times and recovered it all 4 times.
I think that was in the regional game, right?
Against McQuaid. They recovered it all 4 times. This time, they recovered 1, but then they lost 1 and threw 1 interception. So we were worried about the turnovers coming back to haunt them a little bit. And you saw in the first half that they're definitely losing the turnover battle, and it shows in the scoreboard.
All right, who's standing out to you the most for Carmel right now? Joe Masai was going to have a big game as well, but it seems like 33 Nick Russafaro
exactly what I was going to say. He's a free safety that is swarming all over the field. He had a huge hit on Dominic Allen earlier in the game, and he's kind of all over the place, I guess you could say, defensively.
Yeah, by far the best player. Even when he's not on the tackle, he's still causing problems defensively. Just elite speed in the safeties and the cornerbacks tonight.
Yeah.
And, I do want to point out, Tigers are down, but I do want to say Rashad Perry and Jane Lewis are making key plays out there. We saw Lewis with a couple of catches. He had a few tackles, and then Perry has kind of been terrorizing the Rams quarterback, Kevin Dahl. I mean, we saw the one time where the Dahl just ran out of bounds because he saw Perry come at him.
Yeah, it was about a 10-yard loss, which I thought he could have thrown it away, but he didn't. Yeah, and like I said, we said in the pregame show, Perry is one of the better, if not the best player in Western New York. You don't hear about his name too often because he's a lineman. But altogether, I still think that Carmel's outside of Perry. I think they're controlling the line of scrimmage. And I really think that Bennett's going to have to come out of their shell a little bit because a lot of times in their games earlier in the season, they can get away with 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 still running the ball. It's not working here today because they're going into 4th and 7, 4th and 6, and then you're forced to throw, and it's just not working with them.
And it seems, and the Rams blitzes are just working out so well. It seems like they always have an open guy hitting the quarterback, and that's really giving Davis trouble. And you know what? Davis has, be honest, has impressed me a little bit. He's been able to throw some good balls when he's not under duress
and getting away from the pressure very well too. A little bit of confusion. I didn't really love the way they ended the half. I didn't think they got up to the line fast enough to spike the ball. I think they wasted about 10 seconds there, and then they did it again. So, and I think this happened last game too. We kind of said, "What are they doing? What are they doing?" And it's just a little bit of chaos there at the end of the half, where I think they could have had a couple shots to the end zone. Not sure if they would have, if they capitalized or not, but we'll never know now.
Yeah, in a first half that ends with no points, guess who gets the ball to start the second half? Carmel again, already with a 2-score lead. It's funny because they didn't play their best half, and they're still at 14 points. It's scary, So,
but you know what, Joe, you're absolutely right. But that being said, I think Bennett had a really bad half, and they're only down 14.
And
so you look at it both ways, right?
Right, and you think about it, they're down 14, and 7 of them was on a 5-yard touchdown,
right,
where you fumbled the ball inside your goal line. They played good defense, just offensively, consistently flipping that field, and they haven't done that enough in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I think they probably played the worst half that they played probably 7 or 8 games, if you look back, right? And you're still only down 2 scores. You're not remotely out of this game. But I do think you have to try something different to get going on offense, because you can't go down 3 scores. With the offense that you have for Bennett, if you're down 3 scores, it's going to be really tough because you don't throw the ball too often. I think you got to get to it 1 score within the fourth quarter, stay close as long as you can, and then try to take advantage in the fourth.
Francis, what they need to do in the second half. So Maine Enwell was the first game today. They were not very good in the first half. They committed a lot of turnovers, only down 12-7. They played the first half, the worst of the year probably, right? They were outstanding in the second half. So you can have a good second half and come back and win this game.
You know what? That leads me to my final question for the both of you. About 5 minutes left in the halftime. So, Joe, I'll go to you. You are Coach McDuffie in the locker room talking to the Bennett Tigers. What is your message to the team?
Well, we've been doing this for about 3 weeks, right, on these Saturdays, and it's one of the final questions you asked me. Well, you can say, guys, listen, we've come this far. This game is not over. All right, let's take it play by play. Let's get off the field on third down, and let's start moving the ball and blocking, getting those holes open. We got to get a touchdown here. We get some touchdown, make it a 1-score game, get some momentum going. That's the goal.
Tim, same question to you.
For Bennett or for Carmel?
For Bennett.
For Bennett, I think you got to hold on to the football first and foremost. Can't put the ball on the ground anymore. On the interception, it wasn't a horrible pass. The guy just made a great play. Sometimes that happens, right? I'm probably a little biased, obviously, but you got to control the football. Got to hold on to the football. Got to keep your head in the game. No more penalties. Can't have any more penalties. And just stay in the game. Play your game until the fourth quarter and try to take advantage of the fourth.
I do want to make the quick comment. Joe, you kind of pointed this out. Carmel has a huge crowd advantage. They had a much, I think they traveled a little better than Bennett. I think Bennett's a little farther than Carmel, so I'll have to see. And it did a little bit at times. Seemed like it had an impact on the game. Yeah. They got their crowd going.
Well, we are in a dome. I have
it's
family.
Loud.
It is loud.
It's loud.
I have family from Syracuse. I've been in the dome many times. Was here a couple of months ago for an SU game. And I'm like, wow, even 20,000 people, it's loud because of how the dome is. It is loud from both sides here today in both games. Yeah. Just a little bit of noise. It's creating a lot of difficulties for the defense because of the noise.
One more thing, Francis, with the Bennett sideline, I got to say, I didn't love the body language towards the end of the half. I thought that maybe they thought they were down and out. Maybe they were a little bit shell shocked at least.
I think after that the Rams converted that fake punt on that last scoring drive. I think that kind of
they were a little bit sluggish, heads down a little bit, not running back to the sideline. And I would nip that right now. You're only down 14-0. This game is not over by any stretch of the imagination. You're playing a very good team, but that's what you want to beat the best to be the best. You want to beat this team. So I didn't love the body language. I think that's got to stop now. Get back to your game and play Bennett football.
And Tim, you don't know this, but we're sitting over there, and Francis says, "Here comes a fake," and guess what? He's right. So I think Francis' second half, you need to go downstairs and help him out.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty cozy up here.
Yeah, and we have a great vantage point up there.
Yeah, great vantage point. Obviously, here at the Carrier Dome for the Class AA State Championships. That'll wrap it up for the Howard Hanna halftime show. So it is the Carmel Rams leading the Bennett Tigers 14-0 at halftime. Join us back here again for the post-game show. We'll have that. So thank you for watching the Howard Hanna halftime show, and keep an eye on for us afterwards for the post-game show.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYimmediatecare.com for more information.